Hey everybody, welcome back to Pete's Classic Cycle. I can't believe I'm actually saying it, but Project Goldmember is back for some really awesome mods. It's actually my brother's 1973 Kawasaki S2A, so it's a 350cc triple two-stroke. After releasing part 1 in the video series 3 years ago, my brother took the bike home, he rode it for a summer, but then he parked it in his living room for 2 years, and that's where it sat. So we've got the bike back in the garage, back on the lift. We're going to fix all of the issues he talked about it, plus some more modifications to make this thing ride as good as it looks. So stay tuned and let the good times roll. Some of the modifications we plan to do on the bike are upgrade the standard 24mm carbs to the larger 26mm carbs that came on the S3 400, as well as upgrade the clutch and primary gear to the larger, better ones, again from the 400 triples. And just a few other things we found on the bike that kind of arose during the initial break-in period. So let's get into it. And for those of you wondering what the difference between the 350 and the 400 clutch actually looks like, well, it's right here. The main difference is the primary gear is thinner on the 400 clutch, allowing a deeper basket to fit an extra clutch fiber. And same with the primary gears. You can see the 350 primary gear is much thicker than the 400. So working on the other side of the clutch here, I removed the stock pusher that the clutch cable would attach to. You can see here it's a nylon worm gear, just packed full of grease. These do work good, but they do have a tendency to fail. There are some options up there to upgrade these, but again, we're going for quick kind of factory bolt-on mods here. So the next best thing is the factory ball bearing pusher. It does have a longer distance here compared to the nylon one. On some of the bikes, that is a clearance issue with the inner seal in the crankcase. I checked the clearances. That doesn't seem to be an issue with this particular model. So here's the S3 clutch installed. Now it's nothing fancy, it's just a direct factory bolt-on. All you do is remove the original clutch and primary and simply bolt on the new one. But with the extra fiber and all new plates and everything installed, it should eliminate any chances of this clutch slipping. And again, I mentioned earlier that the clutch was incredibly stiff. A lot of that was due to cable routing. So between fixing that and the addition of the new ball bearing clutch actuator there, this thing just works absolutely amazing. And it's definitely going to improve the feel and rideability of this bike. With the clutch now installed and adjusted, this would be the perfect time to subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on this and many other awesome things. Now back to the build. Now moving on to the caliper conversion, I know a lot of purists out there might not agree with it, but let's be honest guys, these original calipers don't work the greatest on the best of days. So for a simple bolt-on part that can be changed in 10 minutes, why wouldn't you want to increase both the performance and your safety? But I totally understand if you want to go with the original look. I mean, they are beautiful, and if you're building a show bike, I totally get it. But anyways, moving on, what we have here is the Kawasaki EX500 caliper. Now this is probably the most popular caliper conversion that you can do to the Kawasaki triples for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it's probably the most readily available caliper you can buy. These were in production from the original 600 Ninjas in 1986 all the way through to the 2000s. They even had a dual disc version of this if you want to do that on your H2s or Z1s or H1s, and that makes them incredibly cheap and affordable, and they really work great. And reason number 2 why so many guys like them is the conversion's super easy and doesn't take any professional machining at all. It is different on the S-Series bikes like this one here compared to the H2. I will leave a link in the description on how to build the brackets because they're not my design. People much smarter than me came up with these brackets and were kind enough to leave the information, and I will pass it on to you again in the link in the description. So moving on to mounting it on the S-Series bike, it's super simple. All you need here is this simple bracket with this here bushing, and using the existing holes that are already threaded, it just bolts right on. So I'm still waiting on a few parts to finish off the carb installation. So instead of making you guys wait even longer, I'm going to release that in another video next week. So I hope you're happy with everything we've done to the bike so far. I know I'm really excited with the progress made and the upgrades we've done to it. So that's it for me today. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, ride safe.